Out here at the preserve at Jordan Lake. Just joined 4 days ago. Out here getting ready for the US Mid-Am. Nice camera, Josh. I still need to get this fixed. This is good, this is fun. I got a long way to go. So why did I join a golf course? Well, first of all, I'm trying to get ready to play in the US Mid-Am this September. It's like, we leave in like 2 weeks or something, or not long. So I joined this course like 3 days ago, and I'm trying to get my game geared up for it because I want to play well in it. And I'm exempt into this US Mid-Am and next year's US Mid-Am. My goal out of one of these two is to extend my exemption further. So I think if you get into the top 8, like you make it into the match play, the round of 8, which I guess is the quarterfinals, semifinals is 4, yeah, quarterfinals, you get exempt into the next year. So by next year's US Mid-Am, I want to be good enough to finish in the top 8. That's my personal goal. Another reason why I joined this course and why I want to play more is because when I'm playing more and I'm competing and I'm working on things and I'm working on my mental game and my routine and these things, I can help other players better. And like, that's my goal as a golf mental coach, is to help other players and do what I can to help other players. And that's pretty cool that it happens to involve playing golf more. So I'll do that as much as possible. And another reason, an obvious one, is that I just, like, if you've been watching closely, or I don't even know what kind of vibe I give off, but I don't play very much. I don't get to play very much. And Kayla, my wife, and I, we both decided that it's just this hobby that I love to do. So we decided to budget for it for me to be able to do it more often. And here I am doing it. It actually happened. So as you can imagine, since I haven't been playing very much, I am very rusty. Some major things that I'm rusty at. I don't really have my walking legs. My legs aren't very strong. So I've been in the gym a lot, doing a lot of leg day, and now you can see I'm walking. So my membership is for walking only. You'd have to buy an additional cart plan to be able to ride. So I'm trying to walk as much as possible because the USGA events are walking only. Got to gear my legs up for that. So that's a major rust of mine. Another big area that I'm rusty at is something that I kind of took for granted in years past, was just reading greens. I'm really rusty at just like basic, is this going right or is this going left? Just getting out on the course more and reading more putts, and over time I'll just feel more comfortable with it. Yeah, so that's a big rust of mine that I need to get back to, just comfort with reading greens. Some other things I'm rusty at, anything that requires feel, half shots, chips around the green, how far to land it if I've got a shot over a bunker and I've got to fly it just this far, that's hard. Feeling how I am throughout a round, that's a big thing that you take for granted if you're playing all the time. A friend and I talked about this the other day. You can kind of like feel how it's gonna go before you ever even start. If you're playing all the time, you always have this, like, your finger on the pulse, maybe, you know, not so figuratively, literally a finger on your pulse of how you feel, how things might go. Are you comfortable? Do you feel like do you feel kind of rusty? Do you feel like I need to do an extra stretch in this area, on this muscle? So it's like that feeling, that always knowing how yourself, your equilibrium, I guess, your balance of your whole body, that's a thing that you take for granted when you're playing all the time, that I need to get back to. I need to start feeling my own equilibrium. It sounds kind of wishy-washy, but I think that's about right. This is my favorite hole out here. It's hole 7. It's over this like ravine. I'll give you a better view here in a sec. Green's over there, right on the other side of the ravine. I had a 95-yard shot a little downhill felt like too far to hit a lob wedge, too short to hit a sand wedge. So I went with the longer club and tried to take off some sand wedge, and that's weird. I have no clue how hard to swing, and it's something I would have done pretty easily in the past. I hit a good one, but it wasn't because I felt comfortable over it. Things like that I need to readjust my body to. Another way I'm really rusty is just playing the game of golf and not worrying about swing mechanics, worrying about how rusty I am, getting out here, not much practice, and just playing and accepting how I play regardless of how practiced I am. And that's super important. As a mental coach or someone who values the mental game and is biased towards the importance of the mental game, playing the game rather than working the game. I heard Paul Azinger say that in the Tour Championship coverage yesterday. Playing golf, not golf swing. That's a big thing for me when I don't have much practice. This is going to be a fun journey. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to take you along with me. Excited to get better. Windy. Feels good. Look at this. Yeah, that's the course I get to play as many times as I want. I'll take it. Oh, I hope they don't poop on me. I'm unscathed, but I fear that they are flying south because I'm legit cold right now, and it's still August. Kind of a depressing feeling. It's getting cold. That's scary. But also kind of cozy. I like it. I like fall. Fall's awesome. Means more golf, that's all. I know I've been gone for a while. I feel like I haven't posted anything, done any kind of videos, but I have done a couple of podcasts. So definitely go listen to those. I've maybe written an article or two, so you can go read those too. The podcast and the article kind of follow each other. But anyway, reason why I haven't posted much lately, I got a little burnout. I was posting so much and it felt like so much work. It got to the point where it felt like work, and that's not what I wanted. I have a job that feels like work, and really it's pretty cushy too, but I don't want this to feel like work. I want to work hard, but I want it to be out of love and passion for it, and passion for helping others. I don't want to get like how golf got it. It changed from passion to work, and I don't want this to be that way. So I won't let it. And that's where I've been. I've kind of taken a step back, kind of worked on my perspective a little, try to keep a good perspective on it and not overwork myself and not underwork myself. I'm trying to get the balance right. What it was I talked to my therapist, counselor guy. We talked about how much I was working and how much I was trying to make this happen and how much I felt like I needed to be doing. And he said a really good phrase that I had never thought of before. No one else is making your rules. These are rules that you made up, that you feel like you have to follow. And you're putting all that pressure on yourself by following these arbitrary made up rules. And that just really hit me. Like, I'm putting all this pressure on myself for what? No one's making me do the things that I'm doing. So I was putting all this pressure on myself to post something every single day, like film a video all day, edit it. I think it's more important that I don't burn myself out. So I don't know how often I'm going to post in the future. I'd like to do a podcast every week, like a podcast and an article every week. Like, I think that would be good. I think that could help people. I think I could learn. I think I could get a decent amount of quality every week without getting too burnt out. And I'd like to post a video of like my progress, and like the YouTube or Instagram be about my own game and my own thoughts on my journey towards the US Mid-Am, and the podcast and articles be like directly related to helping players. So I don't know, seems like a decent way to do it, but you know, it's going to require work and effort and editing, and so we'll see how it goes. So back to that, putting rules on yourself and putting pressure on yourself to follow some made-up rule that you feel like you've got to do. It just comes down to what you want. You know, if you want to post something every day, if you want to practice 8 hours a day, if you want to play pro, if you want to get into that D1 college, you've got to do what it takes. And if you value other things more, then do those other things more. But you can't complain, you can't make excuses like, why am I not playing professionally? Why am I not better? Why don't I have 100 students, you know, bowing down at my feet asking me questions all day long? Well, I haven't earned it yet. I don't deserve it yet. And all these things come with time. Yeah, so I can't complain because of the effort that I've put in doesn't equal that yet. And I'll keep going, and I'll keep finding the right balance until it does. And you've got to keep going and keep finding the right balance until you reach the goal that you want. If it's playing professionally, then maybe you need to ramp up how much you practice. If it's playing for that D1 college, maybe you need to see how D1 college athletes practice, and see what coaches look for, and how those athletes got into that position, how they got recruited, what tournaments they played. The strategies are out there, the ways to get there are out there. You just have to decide, do I want it that bad? And then go for it. Go get it. Definitely very rusty. Hitting a lot of thin shots, just like not crispy. I can tell I'm off, but I'm hitting a lot of good shots too, hitting a lot of good drives. I'm getting there. I haven't played much lately, so I can't complain a whole lot. So this is a pretty good shot. Yeah, not bad. It was really thin. Don't tell anybody. All right, I'm on my way back home. Round is over. My first walking 18 of being a member at the preserve at Jordan Lake. And the result is a plus 577 from a pretty wet, long golf course. And I was very rusty. Overall, pretty happy. I guess it would have been like 4 bogeys, a double, and a birdie. Not bad. And let's see, 4 bogeys, a double, that's 5 holes, a birdie, 6 holes, and 12 pars. That's an underrated thing. The fact that I had 12 pars. I had a lot of up and downs. Yeah, I think I played pretty good. I definitely have a lot to build on, but I also have a lot to improve. I have a lot of room for improvement, so that's awesome. So that was fun. I enjoyed that, but I do want to take you along for my journey towards the US Mid-Am. One cool thing is I texted the guy who won the US Mid-Am last year, Kevin O'Connell, and to ask if he wanted to play a practice round, and he said he's in. So I will be playing a practice round with the reigning US Mid-Amateur champion. That's pretty cool also. All right, talk to you later.